I wonder if staging a CNN cameraman as a random anti-Trump protester to push a pro-Hillary agenda counts as fake news. You guys enjoy the video. The mainstream media is going wild, circulating a viral list of so-called fake news websites. And the list includes established news sites like WND, Zero Hedge, Breitbart, Red State, The Daily Wire, and Project Veritas. But it's been discovered that a leftist Trump-bashing assistant professor in Massachusetts who specializes in fat studies is behind the effort to target and discredit legitimate news organizations. Radical leftist safe space social justice warrior assistant professor Melissa Zimdars, a 30-something self-identified feminist and activist who has expressed great disdain for President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect Mike Pence, also supports extreme leftist groups like Black Lives Matter and Occupy Wall Street. But here's the kicker, and here's what we need to share with the world. Virtually every leftist mainstream media news source has hopped on this social justice warrior's bias train without doing their own fact-checking into this woman's background and scrutinizing her lack of authority and prejudice attacks on alternative media sites, especially conservative sites, which by itself, ironically and maybe poetically, causing them to be fake news distributors simply by publishing this unvetted article from an unvetted source. There are a ton of mainstream news sources that have caved under this ridiculous presupposition, and just as an example, we could pick from any one of these. BBC published this article about fake news, but maybe we shouldn't believe them since they're the ones who had Jane Stanley stand in front of the New York City skyline on the day of the 9/11 attacks and tell us that Building 7, a 47-story steel-framed office building that wasn't even hit by an airplane, had collapsed 20 minutes before it actually collapsed. Right here, as she's telling you the building is gone, you can see it standing pretty as you please and clear as day right behind her. The LA Times wants to protect you from fake news. The Washington Post voiced the viral list propaganda campaign. And then there's CNN. They're going to give us a little lesson on how to, quote, outsmart fake news in your Facebook feed. To which I would say, wait a minute, CNN is going to tell us how to watch out for fake news? Seriously? They say, quote, just because it's on the internet doesn't make it true. It seems so simple, but if everyone knew that, Facebook and Google wouldn't have to pull bogus news sites from their advertising algorithms, and people wouldn't breathlessly share stories that claim Donald Trump is a secret lizard person or Hillary Clinton is an android in a pantsuit. If CNN had no agenda, they would be the first to volunteer to include themselves on that list of fake news sites. Why? Consider just 4 of many CNN examples. Back in 2012, during the supposed mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School, Anderson Cooper had supposedly gone to the funeral site of some of the victims. He actually said he was there. As he was talking to Adam Posner's mother, it became apparent that Anderson was lying when his nose disappeared during a glitch against the backdrop of the green screen deception they were trying to foist on their viewers. In this one, CNN and sister channel Headline News were caught faking a bizarre satellite interview between 2 reporters, Ashley Banfield and Nancy Grace, who were actually standing about 30 feet away from each other in the same Phoenix parking lot with the same building behind them and the same cars zooming past them. While this parking lot fiasco might be classified as a small lie, it demonstrates that deceit and manipulation are fundamental to mainstream media operations these days. You know you're dealing with compulsive liars when they lie even when there's nothing to be gained by it. This is probably the most pathetic example. Right here, CNN tried to deceive viewers into believing that Charles Jaco was a correspondent in Saudi Arabia, reporting while Patriot missiles were supposedly intercepting Scud missiles during his broadcast. Unknown to the viewing audience, Charles, if that's even his real name, is standing in a studio in front of a blue screen that would later be filled with the backdrop of a Saudi skyline by a CNN editor. Let's watch for a second as these jokers get into position for the big illusion they're going to create to give viewers the impression that they're actually in the middle of a war zone.
In another city in Saudi Arabia, CNN's Carl Rochelle is here with me, just came up. Carl, I know we can't be very specific given these restrictions, but within those parameters, what did you see?
Well, what I saw, I didn't see anything hit. I looked almost straight above us. There is a vapor trail coming from my right to my left, and there's a cloud of something. It looks like it might have been an explosion, a cloud. I'd say
Look at these guys, they are pathetic. This isn't even good acting.
Okay. My apologies for that. He's putting on a gas mask. There hasn't been any gas dropped here that we could tell.
You smell anything?
No. You may smell some of the fumes from a missile exhaust going off. The missiles use a rocket, a cordite, some sort of burning. We just heard a little thump just then. But
I have to apologize for that. I caught a whiff of something and felt momentarily dizzy. You're more experienced in military affairs than I am, but it might have...
This is ridiculous. And lastly, this theatric display of angry Muslim Brotherhood protesters rioting in the streets will be packaged, and the video footage and pictures taken during this staged event can be sold to media outlets throughout the world so they can spin the story however they want. Check this out as the crowd freezes and poses as photographers move around to get the best camera shots from different angles. And that's how Lamestream Media produces and packages fake news for you good folks at home. So is fake news really out there? The answer is a resounding yes. But what people fail to realize is that it primarily and quite pervasively comes from trusted mainstream sources. Guys, please take a second to share and comment on this video so the entire world can know what a farce lamestream, fake stream media really is. I'm going to make it well worth your while to watch the next 90 seconds of this video. This is a quick shout out to one of my sponsors who totally backs what we're doing on this channel. Because of this company, a ton of my subscribers have already completely eliminated their cable bill. Doesn't matter if your cable company is Cox, DirecTV, Comcast, whoever. Depending on the package you have with them, they have a financial stranglehold on you to the tune of $75 to $150 every month just for stinking cable. TigerStream eliminates that by taking the internet you already have and allows you to stream HD content, any movie, any TV show, sporting events, even PPV for free. There's no subscription fee. You pay for TigerStream once. That's it. There are no monthly fees, and you never have to pay another cable bill for the rest of your life. You'll be disconnected from cable's money-sucking system. And for you guys who might say, oh man, this is a scam, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. Ain't no way I'm gonna put my reputation on the line if this wasn't the real deal. The only catch is that you need an internet speed of more than 14 megabits per second. If you've got that, TigerStream is gonna save you over $1,000 a year and give you more channels, more entertainment than you can possibly imagine. And to sweeten the deal, there's a link in the description below under the heading of Screw My Cable Bill for $75 off your very own kick cable in the ass TigerStream box. Guys, when you get yours, I guarantee you will not regret it.